Hey guys, it's your buddy No Purpose Nothing Tim again, as usual. I'm sitting on the beach here, right on the ocean. I'm in Westport, Washington. I came up here with the understanding that I was going to help the Free Will Society and getting their environment safe for people like yourself, people like me. Um, it's not exactly working out the way I thought it would. I was welcomed. I was given a place to stay with a person in her hotel room. She was very gracious. I received some food from a church. It didn't appear like it. I was getting a lot of attention or stalking or anything like that. It was very positive. Up until yesterday when apparently some of the things that I was doing were considered to be embarrassing, a lot like my sobriety tag. I've been an AA member for 12 years. I've been sober for that long. Couldn't find an AA meeting to save my life. Tried like heck, but I found an NA meeting. So I went to an NA meeting anyway. It's about being sober, and some of the sayings that they say in AA is take your hands out of God's business and let God continue His business and have faith. That's something I learned in AA. I wasn't really that good at it until I really realized some of the realities that were going on with my life and faith and some of the signs that I saw. Did I just share this with you? I'm reaching a little difficulties here. It's kind of what happens when I talk to TIs on a face-to-face basis. I talk a lot. I have a lot of information. I try to provide it to everybody, but in speaking wise, and it just seems so much to share that we all have to endure, and I just try to share you my own personal experiences. That's all I really do is my personal experience. I can't, a lot of the information that's out there, some of it is misguiding, some of it is trigger oriented to basically reaffirm bad feelings or negative ways. You see a lot of interaction where people want to hate on the gang stalkers and whatnot, and they want to hate what's happening to them, and I really can't. How do you not feel a certain animosity towards what's going on with you? And I get it. It's actually strange though how the attention seems to have grown on me here, as usual. I mean, they usually lay back for a while, and then I get to a spot, and then the pressure comes. And what I've noticed is the inexorbitant amount of weird thinking that's going on with the people that I'm trying to deal with. For instance, I'm told that I speak too lowly, because I do. I'm very hard of hearing, and what happens is with my lack of hearing, I have a tendency to speak low because I think I'm talking loudly. So then I talked a little bit louder, and then was checked because I was speaking too loudly, and it was embarrassing loudly. So you go through those contradictions, and when you're experiencing that, it's hard to explain to other people. Hey, look, I'm just doing what you asked me to do. For instance, hey, will we watch this video, Tim? Oh, absolutely. Let me watch this video, and then get mad because I'm not paying attention to what they're trying to say, or the images or messages that they're trying to confer to me. And the truth of the matter is I am. Yet the reason I'm pointing this out to you all is so that you understand that everybody around you and everybody around really, they get affected by a negative sense of thinking. There's a way of influence that hits them. Then they don't realize that they're not going to talk about it. And if you try to tell them about it, they think you're being irresponsible or irreasonable. You're just being manipulative or trying to force a doctrine on them. So you just have to learn to recognize it's very tough, especially when you're in those situations like what I'm talking about, where you're doing the right thing, that they just asked you to do something, and you're like, okay, no problem, I'll do it, and then you're doing it, and then they're complaining the way you're doing it. Right? So, for instance, I don't drink, and the roommate that I have is a heavy drinker. And so I had a few drinks with her. Matter of fact, I had just a few, and man, I got sick. Well, I did not even like it, and so I didn't want to drink with her anymore, and that caused anger, like I was being manipulative or opinionated over her drinking problems or anything, which is not the case, because I learned a long time ago everyone's going to behave how they want, and to be opinionated about that is to be opinionated with myself for putting myself in that situation. It's not really their fault that they're going to act and be who they are. It's my fault for not really recognizing who they are. Uh, and those things happen over time. They can't fake goodness forever. So I'm kind of sharing that with you. I'm a little aggravated personally because I came all the way out here. It was a very long trip. It was very disorienting. The new time zone, the fact that my ears are ringing like no tomorrow, like I have never experienced before in my life since I've been here. My ears ring like hard, like make me tired now. And I'm fighting, I'm praying. It's all a mental issue. There's nothing that you can really ever do to try to talk to anybody about your situation without it causing you a problem. And so that's generally what I do is I just kind of keep things to myself. I realize the level of protectiveness that I have to go about. The trust level that I had at the very beginning was amazingly pleasurable. I did enjoy it, but now I've come to realize that that level of trust has been overstepped on my part for believing in the things that they wanted to do. They provided me the money and understanding and helped me. But I mean, also a lot of you, without the people that have stepped up. I mean, I say God bless you who have been there. You stepped up. I know life is tough, man. And the $20 you sent me, or the another person stepped up and sent me 50. Another was 29. Hey man, it could have been 5, and I would just been seriously grateful, and that's all I would have been. I mean, I know it. The biggest reason is because, man, that's a huge amount of money especially for us who are in the tough times, you know. And so I'm thanking you all. I'm letting you know it'll be okay. I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm kind of feeling like it's a honeypot trap. Like they brought me up here to help them, and now all of a sudden they're not even interested in anything that I've been saying before and how we can do things in a secure fashion, how we can go about raising the money and getting the land. None of that is happening. When I was told there were 7 people up here, I'm only meeting 2. They're pushing me off and telling me, look, you've got a week to be where you are right now, otherwise you're done. And which means so I'm out here. I'm looking for work. I'm trying to find an avenue where I can accomplish getting some of my own money for once. It would be nice. I have a resume that's about 4 miles long, with experiences that are out of the question for anybody that wants to hire me, especially if I'm trying to get a dishwasher job. But I want to say thank you, okay, to every one of you who have been watching the videos and paying attention. And I can only hope that I'm providing good information. The way things are going right now, I mean, it looks like I'm going to enjoy a lot of pain, and they're going to put me through some hurdles. And that's what I'll have to do. I mean, I don't have my bike anymore. I had to turn my bike into another homeless guy because they wouldn't let me put it on the train. So I don't have a bike. I'm on foot now. I walked about 3 miles here to get to the beach so I could have a little bit of a privacy. But for some reason or another, a lot of people are following me. You've seen people follow. People have already been walking by as I'm doing this. But hey, as dark as I feel inside, as how depressed I am, the fact that it took me a week to get out here. I'm hundreds of miles from any area that I know anything about. I'm trapped in between 2 cities of Portland and Seattle, which are like the worst cities on the planet to be in as far as our concerns are. And, it is what it is. I continue to pray. I continue my faith, and I know God will eventually take care of things. And if anything, I'm supposed to suffer a little bit. That's in the Bible. If you look at it, I mean, look at John 16. It talks directly about people that get confused about the orientation of what God truly wants. And we can only struggle to be proper servants and try to gain the wisdom through the Holy Spirit. And that's what I'm trying to do, guys. And It works sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. You know, put myself in a bad situation. I've made that bad choice. That's why I wanted to work with the free will people, is because I believe that they also believe that free will is the secret weapon that was given to us by God. Okay? So what am I doing? I know it's a long video again. I've kind of gone over my 10 minutes, but I'm trying to be open and understanding. This is a tougher situation than I put myself in. I made this choice, okay? It was my choice. So it's something that you should remember, is that no matter how good a situation looks, if it turns out to be a bad choice, you have to remember, you made the choice. I made the choice. I'm here. I thought it would be beautiful, thought it would be safe, thought it would be very oriented towards the protections and the understandings that I am doing my best to try to relay to everyone that's in our situation, so you can regain your mind and your self-worth and strength. And maybe this is a bad choice. Either that, or maybe this is the good choice where God told me to come out here, and He did. And, you know, to learn more and to be able to share more. And if that's the case, I'll just keep sharing until they kill me. Or God lets them do what they need to. Either way, I'm going to stand here. I'll continue for you guys, and I'll continue for the rest of us. No matter what. It doesn't really matter about me. So, God bless y'all. And I still will always say, God bless America. It's a beautiful country. I just love my country, but I just fear the government. So, you guys have a blessed day. All right, take care. Next time.